This week's Technique Tuesday video is going to be on the conventional deadlift, a much requested Technique Tuesday video actually. And it's an exercise that's got a lot of things happening at the same time. It's a multi-joint exercise, it's a compound lift, and there are a number of things that can be done wrong with this exercise, and we see it all the time. Because it's a multi-joint exercise, I don't want to overcomplicate the cues. I just want to give you a couple of things that you can take away in practice that will hopefully fix all the things that we see done wrong with this exercise. I prefer to use shin sleeves or knee sleeves and just double them up as shin sleeves. They are knee sleeves that support your knees, but just pull them down to the shins. The reason for that is if you set the bar up correctly, and you should be very, very, very close to this, as you pull the bar up the body, it's going to graze the shins. So if you're wearing shorts and even just tights, to be honest, it can be quite off-putting with your shins when you just feel the skin getting ripped off. So use a bit of support there, use your knee sleeves or specific shin sleeves just to protect your shins. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is fix your setup. So when we set up for a deadlift, you want to have your shins close to the bar. The reason for this is we want to keep a vertical shin. Because it's a posterior chain exercise, we want to force our hips back and load the hamstrings and the glutes. Common thing we see wrong with this exercise is people set up, shins close to the bar, but then squat it and they knee break. So the knees start to push the bar away, which makes this exercise incredibly difficult to do. So if I'm to come down, shins close to the bar, and then squat it, and then push the bar away from me, the bar has now gone away from my base of support. We want to have that bar path coming from midfoot and up the line of the body. So how can you fix that? Make this bar stay still first. What I want you to do is come shins close to the bar. Toes are going to be facing forward. You're going to force your hips back and you're going to grab the hands on the outside of the legs. Notice how my bum has gone back. From here, I'm going to bend the bar around the body. What's going to happen there is I'm going to get tension on in my hands. My elbows are coming out, or they've gone and rotated, and my lats are now on. So I'm taking the slack out of the bar. What we see wrong all the time with this one is that people go really slack in the arms. Can you hear that clink with the bar? That's taking the slack out of the bar. So I'm going to pull back, bend the bar around the body, and I'm going to have that bar nice and close to my shins here. So this is tension created from the hands now. I'm in a nice position and I've got the slack out of the bar and I'm ready to stand up. So I'm just going to pull the bar up my shins and drive the hips through at the top. I'm going to go back down the same way now. So bum is going back, bar is coming down the thighs, my knees are starting to break, and that bar resets. So what you're looking for is bar path. The bar is over the feet, over the midfoot, and it's going to come straight up this vertical shin, and your hips are just going to come through at the top. So the line of force is going to go straight up and down. That bar is not going to move. So I've gone through tension from the hands and trying to bend the bar around the body. That's going to get our lats on. We also want to create tension from the feet up from the floor. So with your feet pointing forward and your shins on the bar now, you're going to grab the hands on the outside of the legs. You're going to bend the bar around the body. So that's creating the tension in the upper back. But what about the legs now? We've got no tension here. So what I want you to imagine doing is screwing the feet into the floor. Imagine you've got tree roots, your feet are tree roots, and the tree roots are going deeper down into the ground. And you're going to drive your knees out into locked elbows. As soon as you start to drive those knees out, you start to feel your glutes, and your glute med particularly, the tension in the hips. So let's just go through that again now. Toes are forward, shins are close to the bar, hands go on the outside. You're going to bend the bar around the body. You're going to drive the knees out into locked elbows. You're going to pull the chest up and stand. Reset. Bend the bar. Knees out into locked elbows. Chest up. Push the world away. Reset. Bend the bar. Knees out. Chest up. Hips through. Now come and see this from side on now. You want to see what the bar path does when we go through this movement. Bend the bar. Knees out. Chest up. Hips through. Just go through those 3 cues. Hands, bend the bar. Knees out into your locked elbows. Chest up, and then push the world away. See if you can fix your deadlift.